Hello everyone, Mike Arnold here, co-founder of Path Trading Partners along with Bob Iagino. Hope everyone had a great trading week. Again, thanks to all the new subscribers, thanks to the new people donating either through Patreon or Buy Me a Coffee. Links below in the descriptions. By the way, if you're new here, please like or dislike a video, leave some comments, ring the bell, and longtime people, thanks for keeping, just to put in a few comments, just to say thanks or something else, or boy, you were really off today. It helps. It helps gets the videos in the search things, and this can help new people learn some good technical analysis techniques. That's enough of that for now. Daily, so update again. I love the rotation zones. I mean, especially on the closing basis. But look, yesterday down, dipping down to daily. Today, dipping down to the daily. Our levels were pretty good today, if I don't say so myself. Again, somebody else pointed out in the comments, yes, there's been a lot more ARK selling of Tesla. I'm just going to leave it as that. Yes, and I know, I said, no, what I said before, I know she's got balancing rules and everything else. My only issue is if she goes on, pumps up a price, and then sells into it. That's my issue, not that she has balancing issues. Meaning she has to rebalance, and she's actually, be careful, she's actually putting some more crap in there, and, so that's enough said about ARK. Sell off in the morning. Now remember, the S&P and NASDAQ was down. I mentioned if it was going to be down, was watching for a European close. Bounce was minimal. And then the sell off continued. Now Tesla eventually bucked the trend. By the way, options, and we'll talk about this. Options, pinning is interesting with Tesla since there's not a ton of open interest. What was interesting today, though, is there was a fair amount of open, there's some open interest on the 750 puts. So those were expired worthless. So I was watching for it to hold above 750, which was really key here. And we also had some volume down there today. 750s. Sorry, if it goes a little quieter, it's because I'm turning my head to look at a different monitor. The 750 puts were going off at 88,000. The 755s were going off at 67,000. Those were both the puts. So I was keeping an eye on this. Now, the 760 calls, huge volume. 171,000 today. The 765s were 94,000. The 755s were 80,000. The 750s were 48. I was really focused with that huge volume at the 760s, especially on the rally into the end of the day, seeing if they try to pin it right below that. So we had the big open interest in the 750s. It couldn't get down there. It reversed it off of there. This is where I will watch it, and some of this I can't call out ahead of time because why I'm mentioning it now is so in the future, especially on the monthly. Don't worry about pinning as much for the weeklies, but for the monthly options, you can look at it a little more, but it's really helpful to look if there's big volume days on expiration days, and look at the open interest in the afternoon. If it's trading near a strike with a lot of open interest, you can really start to pay attention to that level if it will help your trading on a shorter term basis. Now, poking up above that 760, and this is why, again, you watch things on a closing basis, even on these shorter terms. Like, again, people get sucked in. Oh, it's breaking out. Watch where it closes. You're even better if it does break out, waiting for the close and then waiting for a pause or a pullback. Even if you give up a bit of an entry, you're better. Overall, I've tested this out for many years to wait for confirmation, unless you're really nimble and really quick and want to put on very little risk, okay? Because these are the kind of reversals. It comes on down, gave you the opportunity if you're looking for intraday levels, especially, it held that 754.25 area for a bit. Then it sold through there. Major level then was 751.97, so essentially 752, giving us a pause there, giving us also an area to ratchet down. Coming in here, giving us 751.01. You can see that also the longer term basis. Not a great bottoming pattern there for this little rally. You know, there was a little divergence here against the key level, but that would have been a very aggressive entry, especially with the broad market selling off. So that, again, if you're going to do that, that's, you know, you at least you had a little divergence against the key level, but that was, you know, a super aggressive trade. So was this other one until you started to see. Now, this was a pretty decent momentum move, especially where you see an intra-bar gap at the end of the day. And again, another divergence here. Another divergence there. So this was a better divergence down here with lower low, higher high in the RSI. 15-minute down there, it was just a straight sell-off into that level, so there's nothing down there that could be utilized. The only other thing I did for levels based off of here, once it started rallying into the end of the day, I wanted to see where the reverse box would take us, just for curiosity, with that 760 area, because of that open interest on the strike, and we got a little momentum up there. So that's where I did the reverse box, which gave me, you know, 759.48, but we already had the 759.90, and then it gave me 760.52, so slightly above those other levels. And there was a little running out of momentum here and divergence on the way up there, and pinning it. What was the official close? The official close, sorry, I'm rambling on probably too much. I'm boring people. 759.49. Now, and since that, we've sold off a bit, so that's pinning. So all those people with 760 calls that held them all, now they're going to trade for a bit because they can still be exercised through Saturday, noon, I believe it is. If my time frame's correct on that, I haven't exercised an option on a Saturday in a while. But that's where, if you're a market maker, you have to prepare for that when it's really close to strike price, because especially with something like Tesla, if it were to have a gap up on Monday, those are now, even though technically they expired out of the money by about, 51 cents. If Tesla gaps up on Monday, they're, you know, because the market makers, it's challenging for them when you have that situation, because if they get assigned a bunch of shares, because they're, you know, they're short, so they go into Monday short, and the people who exercise, they're therefore long if they were flat going into that. So the market makers, it's challenging, especially with something like Tesla that could have a gap up. It makes it interesting if you go home delta neutral over the weekend and you get a bunch of stuff exercised that was technically out of the money, but then you have a stock like that volatile stock that then gaps up, and then you're actually net short going into Monday. Just a little side note, a little ramble on where it was challenges of an options market maker, if anybody cared. Going into next week, we're just going to stick with our pretty much same levels. Let me pull off these, and we'll do a weekly wrap up. Oops, which ones I don't want to delete that. I wanted to delete this one. Key area for next week, 765. We're still leaving that in place. Then we have 771 area. And then for Monday, we're looking at 775 on a strong rally, 775 to 778. So if we get any interesting option plays on Monday or momentum moves, that's the upside levels, not really adjusting anything. But remember, there's still selling pressure. We keep seeing it on a shorter term basis. And as people mentioned in the comments, ARC, I don't know if they're done selling yet or whatever, but there seems to still be selling pressure up here. And it might not just be them. That's just one we do know about. Let's jump to the weekly real quick and just see where we stand. Yeah, so, I mean, this was actually turned into a decently bullish week with this holding up. I'm still somewhat bearish on this price action. You know, if you didn't have some of that option plays with the with the gamma, I don't think it would have held up so well, and so we'll see. So I'm just playing it cautious. It's cautious to the upside at this point, especially since we're near the top of the channel again. Entering weekly overbought now. No potential divergence, it doesn't look like. Let me just double check. No, we're at 75.45, 77.56. So no weekly divergence set up at this moment. So just watch what happens as it gets to the top. By the way, major weekly support is back down at this about 712 to 717 area. I'd be really focused on 715 to 717 on a weekly basis. Daily basis support. Let me zoom in again. Again, this 8's been holding, so especially watch that. Even if we dip below it intraday, watch it on the closing basis. That's coming in right now at 750, so that's the key level. And that's going to keep edging up going into next week, but keep watching it right around that 750. If we do drop below that, your key in is shorter term levels are 748.75, and then major at about 747. If we drop below that, besides doing intraday price action, we're looking at about 738.50, and then you have this support ledge right near the bottom, and it's a support zone, I should call it, about 735.50 to about 734.25. That's the bottom of the daily rotation zone. So those are all the key levels. 4 hour, keep an eye if it does dip down. 4 hour rotation zone, and you can see slight dip below. So that's been holding. A little bigger dip below, but that's coming in about 753.50 area. So 753.50 to 754.25, especially on a closing basis, is a key level. Bottom of that 4 hour converging with that 747 and the harmonic area. So that's a key area I'd be watching on the first level of the pullback. 1 hour I wouldn't really be bothering with, and everything else is just very short term. First thing I'll be watching again is that 760 level going into Sunday night, Monday morning, to see if we start getting some trades below it. And then if we start getting moves above it, I really need at least a short-term basis close above that 760. And then we're going to be focused on that 765 area. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's any stocks or what else I should look at this weekend. I'll probably have time to at least put up a video. So if there's anything anybody wants me to check out, either email me support at pathtradingpartners.com or leave it in the comments. And again, I really appreciate all your comments. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Talk to you later. Bye for now.